Hi ladies, I'm so glad that you clicked on this link. I would love to share my story with you. So I have been in the permanent makeup industry for about 17 years now. Totally giving away my age there. Either way, I have such a passion for what I'm doing that, I would love to share the journey that I've been through and how I got to being chosen as one of the Premier Pigments USA Master Instructors. I could not have done it without the help of my absolute mentor, Nora Barnard, Premier Pigments USA, South Africa. That's where I'm from, South Africa, Johannesburg. And my journey has been super up and down, to the point where I almost gave up and I almost just threw the towel in and decided not to pursue it. So it takes us back to about 17 years when I decided to do a permanent makeup course. I was already a qualified makeup artist. I had a very nice, successful business doing brides, special occasions, and just professional makeup. My clients then started asking me for a more permanent solution, and that's how it sort of tickled my interest to go the sort of permanent makeup route. Problem was that I saw a lot of bad permanent makeup, and that made me very worried and very scared because the last thing I want to do is mess up someone's face. I then, did some research. We're talking 17 years ago, so the internet and all of that were not as jacked up as it is now. And the school I chose, well, needless to say, I did not get the quality training that I was hoping for. Long story short, I basically taught myself what I knew at that stage. With them giving me the bare basics, okay? And after a huge amount of money I borrowed from the bank, I was now stuck, not knowing what to do. I pursued it purely because I had such a passion for it. My biggest issue was the pigment I was working with, which I did not know at that point. I was basically just doing touch-up after touch-up, and the pigment wouldn't last. So the client would come back for a touch-up and there would be absolutely nothing. So yes, I considered my depth. I tried to do some research on the internet, but I got stuck. I had a major setback when I tried to remove a piece of pigment on a client's eye, which we never ever do. Well, we do if we know what we're doing. Usually I get my students to bring their clients to me so I can show them, and only when they're confident they can do it, also depending on how far the pigment is from the actual inside of the eye. I basically did what they told me, and I did not realize that I was pumping a very strong acid into this client's skin. She obviously ended up with a massive corneal abrasion, not knowing that this product was so active. And 3 weeks of hell. I tell you, I put my machine down and I said, that was it. I'm not doing this. I carried on with my other business, and then I met an amazing woman, amazing woman. She's totally my mentor, and I look up to her, and I'm so grateful for what she's done. Nora Barnard, also founder of Dream Nails in South Africa. She just basically said to me, had a long conversation and said, look, buy one bottle of my pigment and work with it and tell me what you think. I ended up buying my very first bottle of Premier Pigments, beautiful black, and it just worked like a dream. I mean, first pass, the pigment was in. That saved me a lot of hassles with swelling and downtime. And it was just incredible. I ended up doing a refresher with her, and she took me under her wing, and I promise you what I know that this incredible woman taught me. I then, about 5 years later, was chosen as her first instructor in South Africa, Johannesburg. And I think we've got about 7 or 8 now of my colleagues that are all instructors in different regions. Nora Barnard has basically built the Premier Pigments brand in South Africa. And she's still today, I think Nora is like 70, and she is just as passionate as she was 17 years ago, or let's say 15 years ago, when I finally met her, and she basically saved my life. Also from a financial point of view, at that point I was a single mom. And it was really difficult for me. I needed to make money. I couldn't just work for a salary. That was not going to cut it. And permanent makeup, basically, my daughter is 18, believe it or not. I have no idea how I did it, autopilot all the way. But if it wasn't for permanent makeup and Premier Pigments and Nora Barnard, I would not be where I am today. So therefore, ladies, I am just dying to share my knowledge, my experiences with you. I'm doing these online trainings in my own capacity, not under Premier Pigments at this stage. We will be going online as a group of instructors, but it's just tips of the trade and you know, simple ways of just teaching you the basics that you need to build your confidence, and obviously a lot of practice, you know. So whatever I teach you in my videos, please practice before you actually do it on clients. Fake skin, I find fruit works very well, very nice, firm, not so ripe bananas, one of my favorites. And yeah, you know, like I said, you will be signed up. Once you sign up for one of my videos, you will be automatically receiving my assistance, my personal assistance, be it on WhatsApp, be it on Skype or Zoom or whatever, if you've got any problems, and I will guide you through it. So yes, I really hope that you're going to enjoy this online training and that I can teach you something from my 17 years experience in the industry. Thank you so much.